Hello lads and girls, this is Lord Kicker and welcome back to another episode of IX Monstrum Nox. A fool and her treasure. Right, let's go to Cloaca Maxima. Those resistance members should be hiding in here somewhere. We made it this far. All that is left is to hunt them down. Let's get to stepping. Indeed. Oh? That treasure is not in the water though. Ouch! Stop that. Well, that worked perfectly. Ah. Got it. So I'll need to head over here. There they are. Hello. We found them. Who's there? It's the monstrums. Turns out our little hunch was right. Doesn't seem like Margaret's here, but I'm sure she'll rendezvous soon enough. That's one hefty stash of weapons and ammo you got there. Not to mention enough powder to send a good several guard posts up in smokes. But there's like, what, only 6 of you chumps are all together? Talk about a letdown. Psst. Right as we were finishing up our preparations too. Damn monstrums! Mind your own business and scram for once. Margot's the one who sent us. Don't attack the guard posts. Yeah, like saying that would help. I think this would actually get a reaction. What? Why would the boss do something like that? Look, why don't you just give this crazy plan a rest already? Think before you act. That's what Perry told us to tell you. Hey, guess then. Maybe the boss is against the whole thing after all. You heard what old Jindu said? Things have changed since the war. You mean all the crook about living in harmony with Rumen and restore Balduq? Doing that makes us no better than livestock, cozying up in the hands that feeds us. We Gillians have our pride, like hell we're submitting to those rotten invaders. Justin. We'll never give in. Not until they answer for what they've done to us. Until every single life we lost to the war is paid in full with Rumen blood. He's gone off the deep end. All you'll end up doing is sowing even more hatred. And the ones who'll suffer for it most are the ones who did nothing to deserve it. You think we're just gonna sit back and let that happen? Think again. So that's how you want to play it, huh? Fine. We'll need a good warm-up round before taking on Rumen anyway. Justin, what are you? So you want to romp with the monstrums, do ya? You should reconsider. We don't want to hurt you.
Hold on.
Shame we don't say the same for you. The grief and suffering those Brumenus rough on us is one we'll never forget. They killed our friends and families, plundered our cities, and slapped a tax on them besides. Don't you get it? This is the only way for us to take our dignity back. And if you monstrums aren't with us, you may as well be against us. That's right. The only thing those Romans get from us is a taste of their own medicine. We'll chase every one of those dirty trespassers out of our rightful lands. They'll be sure to hear our message back in the capital, loud and clear. And when the bells of freedom starts to ring, they'll know the pride of Gllia will never die. Yeah! You guys, get a hold of yourself. Huh? Shoot. Lemuries. What the hell are those? Monsters! Eek! Where did they even come from? It's just like the Grimwald. All the hatred and spite they built up must have brought forth the Nox. Who gives a flying damn either way? These guys be way more fun than those lame-ass resistant wimps. Oh bother. Guess we have no choice. Let's do this, guys. And be gone. Wasn't easy. That was real easy. I did get a little damaged. They're gone. Amazing. I can't believe you actually defeated those things. That takes care of that. Pfft. You guys are pathetic. You really think you can go head to head with the Rumen after covering over small fry? Towering over small fry like that? Hey, come on, Hawk. You think you know everything, don't you? Whether we're a match for them or not is beside the point. All that matters is making those Rumens suffer every bit we have and more. If we don't, everyone who lost 8 years back will have to die for nothing. Everyone who lost 8 years back will have died for nothing. Right, guys? Right. We've come too far to give up now. I'll give up my life if it means getting revenge on Rumen. Justin, everyone, please. Do you really think I'll save Gllia? Is that really what you're after? Grr. Don't act like you get a say in any of this. What do you know? Enough! This ends here. Ah. Margit. Goodness me, I certainly didn't expect the monstrums to be here. Perhaps they're acquainted with those youngsters I met at the baths. In a sense. That aside, it would seem they've managed to carry out my request. Boss, I said enough, Guston. The Bells of Freedom wasn't formed as a way to vent your frustrations. What? Vent my frustrations? Is that all this is to you? Do you have any idea how much we've been doing for Gllia? Were that really the case, I would have stood behind you until the bitter end. As she who lit the first spark, I intended to support you no matter what the cost. Bear the weight of your lives and misdeeds as though they were my own. But I think you put it best. No. That's all that matters, is making those rumens suffer. That you'll give up your lives if it means getting revenge on Rumen. Tell me, where in the creed of the Bells of Freedom have I missed those words? Fight without belief or conviction, and you'll be doing no different from those monsters. That's... Of course, all this is just as much my responsibility as everything else. Your old crone of a leader has failed to guide you on the path of right. For that, I apologize. I truly, truly do. Boss. That same fault lies with every one of us old-timers. But it's not too late. You youngsters still have your whole lives ahead of you. That's exactly right. I want you all to take this time to gather yourself together and reflect. Both on what it really means to save Gllia, and on why the Bells of Freedom truly ring. So long as you safeguard the city with pride, I know the right answer will come. I'm sure my boy wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Right as ever, boss. All's well, it ends well. Nothing more boring than a happy ending. What comes next is up to them. Sorry to have put you to all this trouble, boys and girls. I can't say I knew how this would turn out. I'm glad I made that request. We're glad we could help. Now you can come back to the bar. We're glad we could help. You have my thanks. The situation in Balduq is nearing its peak. You have my aid now more than ever before. As both the leader of the Bells of Freedom and as the ever stubborn old bat Margot Reyes. Adol and the other returned to the bar and reported what happened soon after. Having finally settled her concerns over the resistance, Margaret was welcomed back into the Dandelion with open arms.
Pretty good job we did there.
Oh yeah! Pretty darn good! Very nice. Alright, well, we got that one settled out. So, with that, I think we're gonna end off this episode. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.